continue to contemplate peace, love, and goodwill to all. And we'll always remember to give you the honor and the thanksgiving and the praise, because it's you that do the work. And we know this and we accept it in the name and through the power that is in the name of Jesus the Christ. And so it is. Amen. We're always willing to pray with you. And so please go ahead and put your requests in the chat room. And if the request is confidential, please dial the UFBL 24-hour prayer line, which is 1-877-375-8554. 1-877-375-8554. Remember, you don't have to face anything alone. We're praying with you. Thank you.
Good morning, and welcome to the Universal Truth Center for Better Living, a community that loves, a place to heal, and a space to grow. Please listen to the following announcements. You may also visit our website at utruthcenter.org for more information. We thank those of you who shop through smile.amazon.com and select the Universal Truth Center as your charity of choice. This allows UTC to receive a referral fee from your purchases. You can also know what's happening here at the center by texting the letters UTC and sending it to 22828. Then, you'll receive a return text requesting your email, and we will include you in our mailing list. Thank you, and have a great service.
Good morning, UTC family and friends. Welcome to the Universal Truth Center's online worship experience. We are happy that you joined us this morning for worship. I am Paul Chance, your platform chair this morning, and I'm so delighted to bring you some additional announcements from the beautiful city of Miami Gardens, Florida. I would like to encourage everyone to continue affirming this truth. Despite any appearances, this is our year of yes. I would like to thank involved in supporting UTC's online worship experience. To our online viewers, thank you for your consciousness. Your energy and your love for our community is felt every day. If you are watching Facebook via Facebook on the UTC live page, invite your friends to join us. You can start your own watch party right now. If you are joining us online, we are excited to connect with you. Please leave a hello and shout out your city or country with the hashtag #FirstTimer. First timers, we are so glad you found us. Let's stay connected. Continue to check out our website, utruthcenter.org, for updates on what's happening here at the center, in our community, and beyond. On the website, you will find also the latest updates concerning the COVID-19 pandemic that has challenged our world, in addition to the latest video message from our senior minister, the Rev Charles M. Taylor. With the uncertainty Each week, we will be using social media more than ever before. So if you have not done so already, please connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. All our social media can be found on the website. If you are already connected, remember to check in right now and let your friends and followers know you are watching UTC Live. Share the link to this event, utrucenter.org/webcast. We also want to hear from you, so please post, share, or comment about a memorable moment or a moving statement from today's service and tag us accordingly. We thank you and we appreciate you. As we move into the announcements, I want to remind you that we do not walk this path alone. We invite you to join us every day for 10 minutes a.m. to 8:10 a.m. for our Sacred Space prayer call. The number to call is area code 712-451-0011 with the access code 457533. I repeat, area code 712-451-0011 with the access code being 457533. Join us as we touch and agree on the healing of the world. In observance of the 4th of July holiday, the Universal Truth Center Administrative Office will be closed tomorrow and will reopen on Tuesday, July 7th. Our 2020 Prayer Chaplain Orientation for new and returning prayer chaplains is scheduled for 8:30 a.m. to Saturday, July 18th at UTC. All public health safety guidelines will be observed. All attendees are required to wear a face covering. Requirements are UTC spiritual baptism, completion of Basic Truth Class 1 and 2, and a prayer class. New attendees, please call 305-624-4991 to pre-register. You can visit our website weekly for updates from our senior minister, the Rev Charles M. and his Better Living Conversations with community leaders. If you have a testimony to share on how you have been blessed during this time of our services, prayer times, Rev Charles' weekly message, or his Better Living Conversation, please write or call the church. Remember to invite 3 of your family members or friends to watch service with you each Sunday. Join Wayne Dawson on Sunday, July 12th from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. via Zoom for an engaging forum on the 2020 impact on Black America and strategies to advance. Join Rev Charles on Saturday, July 11th at 10 a.m. for a Zoom workshop on excuse-free living. If you are just joining in, we bring you greetings once again from the Universal Truth Center for Better Living here in Miami Gardens, Florida. This morning, we will continue our theme, Say Yes to Intentional Living, with the lesson title for today, Intentional Living Leads to Freedom from Excuses. You are in for a special treat today, as our senior minister, Rev Charles Taylor, will be bringing our message. Get your lesson sheet and or your journal ready for some notes that will inspire you to live better lives. Our lessons are designed to stimulate thinking and transformation. So get ready to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Please note, today's lesson will be archived on utrucenter.org/webcast. Feel free to revisit it and share this message with your family and your friends. We are grateful for all of our members who are joining us online today. Again, if you are watching online for the first time, please know that we appreciate you, and remember to leave us a comment with the hashtag #FirstTimer so if we can reach out to you at a later date. Thank you, everyone, for choosing Universal Truth Center for Better Living as part of your worship experience today.
Let's become present as we move now into our spiritual communion. So I'm going to invite you at home to just clear your space at this time and just stop for a moment, whatever you're doing, and allow yourself to enter into this moment and open your minds and your hearts to the presence of God as we partake of our spiritual communion. Just be still and allow the ensemble to move us into that space. So as we participate in this part of the service together, on your screen you will see the part for the minister, followed by the congregational response. When your response comes up, participate and respond to it. Spiritual communion. Spiritual communion is the practice of opening your mind and your heart to spiritual substance and life. Opening your heart and mind to spiritual substance and life raises you from the material to a spiritual perspective and empowers you to say yes to God's will. No matter how difficult the task may appear. The Universal Foundation for Better Living models it after Jesus' Passover supper, as recounted in the Gospels of Matthew and Luke. Jesus blessed and broke the bread and gave it to his disciples and said, "Take, eat, this is my body." Body represents the spiritual substance from which all things are made. Jesus, a servant leader, blessed and broke the bread as was tradition, and offered his body to feed their hunger for a higher calling. The wine shared in communion symbolizes eternal spiritual life. Jesus took a cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink from it, all of you." Jesus' acceptance of and gratitude for the gift of life, empowered him to use the gift and share it with others. Jesus was nourished through his daily feeding on spiritual substance and life. That empowered him to courageously do the work that was before him. Spiritual substance and life, when accepted fully, become the Word of God, or Christ in you. Congregation?
We too courageously go forward, knowing that God cannot fail. We rely on God as Jesus did, and our success is assured.
Jesus took a loaf of bread, and after blessing it, he broke it and gave it to the disciples and said, "Take, eat. This is my body." Congregation?
As we accept this spiritual bread, we embrace our oneness with all life, since we are all pressed out of the body of God. As physical bread nourishes our physical bodies, so does spiritual truth as substance nourish our souls. I now fully accept spiritual substance as I meditate upon Christ, the Word of God within my heart and mind. I feel and know that the Christ body is being formed in my consciousness.
Softly affirm, I am radiant, living substance, and every cell is alight and alive with the glory of the Lord. Just take a moment and breathe that in. And then he took a cup, and after giving thanks, he gave it to them, saying, "Drink from it, all of you. For this is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." Congregation?
The wine is symbolic of spiritual life that is a reality here and now. As we accept the wine, the life energy of the Spirit fills our being, and we are made whole. Our souls are revitalized, and we are strengthened to do the work that is before us. I now accept spiritual life as my being as I meditate upon Christ, the Word of God within my heart and mind. I feel and know the Christ life is being formed in my consciousness.
Softly affirm, I am the Christ, the Son of the living God. I am that I am. And as we just breathe in this process, this communion, internalizing the words, we are reminded to do this in remembrance of the Christ in you, your hope of glory. And so it is. Amen and amen.
Renew, breathe.
Our scripture reading for today is taken from 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17, the New Revised Standard Version. Now, the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And as a community of faith, we affirm to bless the reading of the scripture, and so it is. Amen.
If you know that everything that has happened in your life is an intentional placement and movement from God, I want you to stand up on your feet and sing with us. Ensemble, are you ready? Yes. This is one of my favorite songs. I think that this is one of our favorite songs. All right, here we go. Oh, say oh. Say oh. Say oh. Say oh. Say oh. Say said God's intentional. Said yeah, never failing. I know that all things are working for my good. Yeah, God's intentional. Yeah, and God is never failing. Sing it with me now.
All things are working for my good.
'Cause God's intentional.
God's intentional.
And God is never failing, yeah.
Never failing.
Said all things are working.
All things are working for my good.
'Cause God is so intentional.
God's intentional.
And God is never failing, yeah.
Never failing.
Said all things are working.
Working for
I
my
know that
good.
all things are working for my good.
All
Hey,
things are working for my
I know
good.
that all things are working for my good, yeah.
All things are working for
I
my
said
good.
that all things are working for my good, yeah.
All things are working for my good.
See, God's intentional.
Intentional.
If you know that God's intentional, that God has placed everything intentional in your life.
Intentional.
And God, you're never failing, no.
God's intentional.
So my God is intentional, yes. Do you believe that your God's intentional?
Intentional.
And God is never failing, yeah. Let's take it to the top. Said all things are working for my good, yeah. Said God's intentional, yeah. Never failing. Sing it with me now.
Things
Hey,
are working for my good.
I know that all things are working for my good.
All things are working for my good.
I know that all things are working for my good, yeah.
Things are working for my good.
I know that God is turning it around, yeah.
All things are working for my good.
See, God's intentional.
God's intentional.
Said my God is intentional. And I know that all things are working for my
God's
good.
intentional.
And God is never failing.
Never failing.
Oh.
God's intentional.
Said God, you're intentional, yeah. And I know that you're intentional, yeah.
God's intentional.
And God is never failing, yeah. Say oh. Say oh. Say oh. Hey. Say oh. Say oh. Say oh. Say oh. Said oh. All right, here's my favorite part. You see, said I don't have to worry 'cause God's working through me. Do you believe that? Say God's working through me. If you believe that at home, say God's working through me. Renita, sing it with me now. I don't have to worry 'cause God's working through me. Say God's working through me. Yeah, God's working through me. Said everybody sing it now. God's working through me. God's working through me.
God's working through me.
And I can tell you right now
God's working through me.
that I've got my confidence back. Said I don't have to worry. Said I don't have to worry. If you know God is working through you, and right now you can scream to the top that you know that God's intentional. I know that my God is intentional.
God's intentional.
And God, you're never failing.
Intentional.
God, you're so intentional. You're turning it around for me, yeah.
Intentional.
And God is never failing. Say oh. Say oh. Say oh. Say oh. Say oh. God is, yeah. Said oh, yeah. Said oh, yeah. See oh, God is intentional, yeah.
If you believe that God's intentional, that all things work together for your greater good, I want you to sing just one line with the ensemble right quick as they take us back through. God's intentional. Go ahead.
All things are working for my good.
Said God's intentional.
God's intentional.
And God is never failing.
Never fail.
All things are
Working for my good.
I know that God is intentional.
God's intentional.
And God is never failing.
Never failing.
Let's give it up for our ensemble this morning. Jabril Blackman on the lead. We got Mr. Willie Bailey on the drums. And Kevin Ruckledge on the keyboard and directing. Let us be reminded that God is intentional and that all things are working together for your greater good. It's July. It is July. Can you believe it's July already? And I want to ask you a question. Do you know where your year is? Do you know where your year is? You know, I saw a meme on social media recently that said we might as well just sling some candy out the door, throw a turkey in the oven, and unwrap a few presents and call it a year. Yes, it's been a crazy, wonderful year with what COVID-19, stay-at-home orders, businesses and churches shutting down, the murders of black men and women, civil unrest and protests, just to name a few as to what has been going on this year. Yes, it's been a crazy, wonderful year. And in spite of all of that, more and more, I'm realizing that it is no excuse. It is no excuse for letting it be a wasted year. Listen, never let a good crisis go to waste. We may have had businesses shut down, but your life does not have to be shut down. We may have had to quarantine ourselves, but it doesn't mean that your dream for your life has to be quarantined. We may have had to wear masks, but it doesn't mean that we have to mask our potential. We may have had to social distance ourselves, but we don't have to distance ourselves from our soul's calling. And that's why I'm starting this new series on intentional living to support us in not letting a good crisis go to waste. You know, I feel that this is a great time to be alive. It's a good time to really hit the reset button and say yes to intentional living. That is the name of our new series. Say yes to intentional living. Listen, I don't know about you, but I need this series. Because there has been times during the last several months where I have been more concerned about life. I have been more discouraged than I felt in a long, long time. But I know that God is my peace, and because I keep my mind stayed on God, I know that God will keep me in perfect peace, because all things truly work together for the greater good. Now, I'm sure that it won't be the last time where I feel like slinging some candy out the door, throwing a turkey in the oven, unwrapping some presents. And by the way, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who reached out to me and gifted me with birthday presents and Father's Day presents. Thank you very much. But I'm sure it won't be the last time I feel like calling it a year and try to usher in 2021. Like, how many of y'all feel like 2021, hurry up and get here already? So, this series is designed to help each of us to reclaim the life that we have been called to live and to lead. Yes, there are times in life when we feel stuck. Our noble desires for a successful life, career, and family get bogged down or derailed by the challenges before us. Whether it be a difficult circumstance or our own limited beliefs and fears, sometimes we just can't seem to get past what may appear to be holding us back. Listen, we all have peaks and valleys as we journey through life. And sometimes our valleys are self-inflicted. We make mistakes, some big, some small, and we pay for the consequences of our actions. We fail and we get down on ourselves. Other times, trials happen through no fault of our own, such as what is going on now: illness, unexpected death, inopportune business misfortune, or like the pandemic and social unrest that we are facing now. And these difficulties can stop us in our tracks if we let them. And that's why we are doing this series, so that we can become more aware of how intentional living can help us to be victorious during difficult times. Let's go to our thesis for today. Let's read it together, please. To live a powerful, bold life, you must create a conscious intent. An intent is a commitment to yourself to bring into existence a particular result. It is the driving force, the hidden compass that directs your daily behaviors and choices. Listen, and I want you to get your note out, your pen out, to take notes as I share this lesson. Difficult times, these times that we are facing now, tend to breed avoidance and inaction in many individuals. Let me say that one more time. The times we are facing now, they tend to breed avoidance and inaction in some individuals. In other words, we drift away from fulfilling our potential instead of driving towards it. Now, regardless of whether we stopped or are drifting, we may feel stuck in a place we don't want to be. And we can't seem to get out of it. I have seen, and I'm sure you have too, these trying times creating defining moments that significantly alters the direction of individuals' lives, both for good and not so good. I mean, I've seen people rise to the occasion and use their challenges as a springboard to realizing their full potential. And I've seen others die a slow death of mediocrity. Take Habeen Jerma, who used her challenge, her pictures to be coming up on the screen, as a springboard to express her potential. Who is she, you may be asking? She is an American disability rights advocate. And she is the first deaf, blind graduate of Harvard Law School. And this is her book cover. I highly recommend you get it and read her story. And you know, the stories of individuals like her lead me to some questions. Why? Why do some people have the ability to overcome their greatest challenges while others fall victim to their circumstances? How do people muster the courage to persevere through tough times in their lives? How do people get unstuck? And our thesis reminds us that to live a powerful, bold life, we must create a conscious intention to do so. It's not going to happen by accident. All great accomplishments, life-changing journeys begin with a single step. We must create a conscious intent. Now, what is an intent? An intent is a commitment to yourself to bring into existence a particular result. It is the driving force, the hidden compass that directs your daily behaviors and choices. A conscious intent acts as an organizing principle, guiding us to make empowering choices. Intent, listen, intent is like the set of a sail on a ship that determines the direction that the ship will take regardless of which way the winds are blowing. Listen to me now. Without the set of the sail, the ship would just drift with whichever way the winds take it. And the reason that so many of us are drifting in life, going wherever the winds of circumstances blow us, is because we have not set ourselves. We have not set a conscious intent for our life that acts like a hidden compass that directs our daily choices. A conscious intent acts as an organizing principle, guiding us to make empowering choices. It ensures that we are indeed the captain of our own ship called our life. And it gives us the power, listen, it gives us the power to choose our destination. And intent, write this down, intent precedes manifestation. With a powerful, conscious intent, we can chart our journey through life, listen to me now, with clarity and focus, and choose the particular experiences that we want to create. Without it, we will allow, listen, without a conscious intent, we would allow the circumstances of our life to determine our direction. And we would allow, listen to me now, we would allow every distraction to grab our attention. And we would find ourselves drifting on the sea of life. Are you with me? Let's go to point one. Let's talk about this some more. Point one. To live an intentional life, to live an intentional, powerful, bold life, we must make our life an excuse-free zone. What kind of zone? An excuse-free zone. Our scripture for today reminds us, now the Lord is spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. Freedom. This weekend, many Americans are celebrating July 4th, known as Independence Day, known as the day of honoring our freedom, Freedom Day. Listen, I want you to take a moment now and think about what is freedom to you. When I talk to individuals, there are commonly 4 responses they give on the meaning of freedom. They either say, mean that it's freedom of choice. I have freedom of choice. I have freedom of choice. Or I'm free from restrictions imposed by outside sources. And that's one reason why a lot of people don't want to wear a mask, because they feel that a mask wearing requiring the wearing of a mask imposes upon their freedom. Are you with me? Or I want freedom of religion. I want freedom in my cultural experience. I want freedom in my family experience. I want freedom from societal structures. Others say and think that freedom, I'm free to do anything that I please to do. And I'm free from self-imposed limitations. Now listen to me now. Freedom is not license. Write that down somewhere. The freedom to do whatever you want to do is not authentic freedom. It's license. And that's what many people think about when they think about freedom. It's my license to do whatever I want. Huh? And I want you to know today that that is not true freedom. Because if your freedom imposes upon the rights of others, it is not true freedom. But I'm talking about that another time. And this is why I want to go with this. Listen to me closely. Most people are not free. Most of us, we're not free. And the reason I say we're not free is because most of us live a life of reaction. Let me say that one more time. The reason most of us are not free is because we live a life of reaction. We live in reaction of the past and present, as well as events that we project into the future. Listen to me now, we react to life because we've been conditioned. We have been conditioned to do so. And listen to me. If we don't begin to question our conditioning, then our reactionary habit patterns will remain lifelong companions. Listen to me now. Most of us are not free because we are always reacting. And when we choose to remain in ignorance of our reactionary patterns, we become walking reactions to the circumstances in our life. I want you just to slow down just a moment, just a bit in your life, and begin to notice your reactions to life. And one of the reactions we have to life, listen to me now, is we keep creating excuses. You notice that? Excuses, one excuse after another, one excuse after another, one excuse after another as to why we're not living up to our potential. And now, most of us got a great excuse. The pandemic. That's why my life is derailed. That's why my life is showing up the way it's showing up. But I want you to be reminded that your life is not just showing up just now because of this pandemic. Your life's been showing up for a while based on the patterns of your reactions and choices. Listen to me. Reactions. What are reactions? Are unconscious patterns of behavior. Write that down. Reactions are unconscious patterns of behavior. Be they directed at someone who pushes our buttons. Just notice, you're not free. All somebody got to do is come along and push your button, and there you go, you off. They are now controlling you. And you said you were free. Or maybe some of us react to stuff that we hear in the news. We hear something on the news, be it news on TV or news on the radio or news that someone else brings into your sphere called gossip. And there you go, reacting. And you said you were free. Huh? And excuses are perhaps the biggest reactions we have. But listen to me now. Excuses would never get us where we want to go. Excuses are dead ends. Excuses prevents us from being responsible and keep us from standing in our power. Excuses leaves us feeling powerless and victimized by our circumstances. Excuses, they are an invitation to blame, to point our fingers at someone or something other than ourselves. So to excuse, by definition, means to regard with indulgence. We just indulge ourselves in excuses. And we have friends around us who support us in our excuses. We say, yeah, you're right. Because of what they did, I can see why you're not where you want to be. Because of the circumstances, the pandemic, I understand, why you stuck. So I ask you, listen to me now. What would happen if you couldn't use even one of your excuses for the rest of your life? What would happen to you? Huh? What would happen if you made your life an excuse-free zone? Well, you said, from this point forward, no excuses for me. What if, as part of your commitment to live a powerful, bold life, you chose to give up your favorite and most justified excuses? What if no one was accountable for how your year and how your life turned out except you? Huh? You should go to the mirror and look at yourself in the eye in the mirror and say, it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer to have an excuse-free life. So let's go to point 2. Because I know many of us, I know I do, I want to live an excuse-free life. And this Saturday coming, I'm doing a workshop to expand upon this topic on how to live an excuse-free life. So the first step to making our life an excuse-free zone is awareness. The Gospel of John 8:31, reminds us that the truth will set you free. And I want to add something to that. Knowing the truth will make you free. Becoming aware will make you free. The truth is, we were born free, but we have forgotten freedom is our birthright. But what kind of freedom? Huh? What kind of freedom? Here it is. The freedom of awakened awareness. Let me say that one more time. The freedom I'm talking about is the freedom of awakened awareness. Which, see, from awakened awareness, it will birth wisdom-guided choices instead of reactionary choices. Huh? Listen to me now. Authentic choice making. See, many of us, again, let me say this one more time. Many of us, we don't really make choices. What we do, we just make reactions. We just have reactions to life. So we're really not making free, conscious choices. Huh? Listen to me now. Choice, write this down, is a function of awareness, of being awake. That's why I read today's daily inspiration that talks about being awake. Huh? Again, many of us don't make choices. We react. We are a bag of reaction. We are always in reactionary mode. Thus, we don't make conscious choice. And thus, we don't set conscious intentions. So we're not living intentionally. We are living reactionary lives. That's why I keep saying that we have to wake up. We have to grow up. We have to clean up so we can show up more fully. Huh? Listen to me now. Reactions and excuse making is a function of being asleep. You're not woke. That's why knowing the truth, becoming aware of how you really are, becoming aware of how you really are, becoming aware of how you really are is the first step to living a life of no excuses. Because some of us don't even know we're making excuses. It's become so much a part of who we are that we think it's normal. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now listen to me now, write this down. You can't change what you're not aware of. You can't change what you're not aware of. If you're not aware of it, then you don't know it needs to be changed. Huh? And lifelong set in stone thinking. Lifelong set in stone thinking keeps us stuck and drifting, often without even realizing. Many of us don't even realize we're stuck. We think this is the way life is supposed to be. And since this type of mental activity can't lead us in a new direction, becoming aware, waking up must be the first step to getting rid of our excuses forever. Breaking old habits requires noticing. Notice where you are. Then that you are creating the impediments. You are creating the blocks in your life that keep you stuck because you keep making excuses for your so-called limitations. And someone once said that if you argue for your limitations, guess what? They're yours. You know, I love it when I'm in a meeting or when I'm talking to someone and a possibility comes up for something, for a project, for something new, to do something new. And we're sitting around talking about the possibilities. And before we can even get it started, before we can even start it, someone with their smart self would start mouthing all the reasons why it can't be done. I find that amazing. I find that amazing and just fascinating. I mean, and they come up with all the reasons. And before we can leave the room, the project is dead. We didn't even try. Why? Because all these are. You stop yourself. And many of us, that's what we do in our own life. God gives you an idea. God gives you a direction for your life. And before you say yes to it, you start thinking about all the reasons why it can't be done. Listen to me. I'm going to talk more about this in the series. When God gives us a dream, when God gives us an idea, God never gives us a dream or an idea to meet us where we are. Of course, that dream is going to be bigger than who you are now. The dream is not meant to be accomplished by who you are now. The dream is meant to be accomplished by who you are meant to be. So the dream come into your life to grow you, to expand you, to cause you to go. When God gave Abraham the direction in Genesis 12, the first words was what? Go, leave from where you are. Are you with me? So don't stop yourself. What if a being Gama had said to herself, well, I'm blind and deaf, so there's no way I could go to law school. She would have stopped herself right then and there. But no, she found a way to overcome her so-called limitations. Are you with me? Listen, the first thing I want you to do to become aware of how you stop yourself, make a list of all your excuses that you use to justify the conditions in your life. Then after you make that list, make the powerful choice to give them up. I'm sure we all have heard countless stories of people who have taken their lives into their own hands and created unpredictable results. These are the people who came from nothing, without education, without support, without resources, without advantages, and who have gone out into the world and made their lives extraordinary. These are the people who ignore their circumstances and defy the odds. They just made up their mind and said, I would not have allowed an excuse to stop me. And every one of us has this powerful ability. And if you and I were to live beyond our wildest dreams, creating success that we never believed possible, we must move up to this level of responsibility. And today, I don't care about no pandemic. I don't care about anything else happening around us. Today is your opportunity to commit to the high road and lead an excuse-free life. When there are no excuses, there will be only one path for you to take, the path to living your best life. And when you make your life an excuse-free zone, you will like living that kind of life, living your best life. Namaste.
They will be moved. I can speak to dreams. They will come true. I can tell my troubles to get away. God gave me the power to make my day. I'm no longer walking on sinking sand. I'm just steady resting in my Father's hands. I'm blessed when I come and when I go. Every day I'm living in the overflow. Say I like living this kind of life. Oh yes I do. I'm living the best. Say I like living this kind of life. Oh yes I. Say I can speak to mountains, they will be moved. I can speak to dreams, they will come true. I can tell my troubles to get away. God gave me the power to make my day. I'm no longer walking on sinking sand. I'm just steady resting in my Father's hands. I'm blessed when I come and when I go. Every day I'm living in the overflow.
Living my best life. And you too can live your best life starting this month of July. Don't let anything or anyone stand in your way. Don't allow any excuses be an impediment to your living your best life. Let's give it up one more time for our ensemble and Jabril Blackman on the lead. Yes, living my best life. One of the ways to live your best life is to be a giver. So at this time, there's your opportunity to be a greater participant in the service by giving of your tithes and offering. So it is offering time. Knowing that God is your source, and knowing that as you give, is given back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. We thank you very much for your generosity. We thank you for your prayers. We thank you for your support. We thank you for continuing to say yes to our vision, our mission, and our purpose as we seek to say yes to God and be a beneficial presence in this world. And so there are several ways that you can give. Should be coming up on your screen in a few moments. The first way you can give is through Zelle. You can give through Zelle by going to UTC online at utruthcenter.org, or you can use your phone and text your offering in by texting GIVE to 786-741-8558, or you could go directly to our website. There's a button that says donate, and you can give that way. And if you want to just mail your offering in, your tithes in, you can, to the church, Universal Truth Center, 21310 Northwest 37th Avenue, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33056. Or you can stop by the church at the same address and drop it in the tithe box during the week, Monday through Friday, during business hours. Any which way that you decide to give, we thank you very much, and we appreciate your support. So at this time, I'm going to invite you to bless your offering. You can grab your envelope, your purse, your wallet, whatever represents your source, your channel of giving. Take it in your hands right now, and the offertory blessings should be coming up, and you can affirm it with us at this time. Together. Divine love through me blesses all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. For there is no lack or limitation in the mind of God. Therefore, there can be no lack or limitation in my mind. There is only abundance, and we are grateful for that abundance. And so it is. Amen.
Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. God has spoken. Let the church say
I want to give thanks for our ensemble today. As you can see, we expanded the group a little bit, so thank you very much for coming out to support this service. I want to thank our musicians, and I especially want to thank our audio-visual team for the great work that they do to put this service together throughout the last several months. So let's give it up for them. Thank you. Thank you. They're doing a great job, And of course, I want to thank you for watching each week to support this ministry and also to empower you to live a better life. Be back with us next Sunday. We will continue our new series, Say Yes to Intentional Living. And also next Saturday, I'm doing a workshop from 10 to noon on Zoom, where I will expand upon what I shared with you today on how to live an excuse-free life. Be with me next Saturday at 10 a.m. And the next Sunday, Mr. Wayne Dawson will be leading a panel discussion with some experts on how we can move through this time in a more empowered way. And of course, during the week, we have our prayer time from 8 a.m. to 8:10 a.m. And you can call the number 712-451-0011, extension 457-533. You do not have to walk this path alone. Thank you again for watching. See you next Sunday, same time, same place. Peace and blessings. Our closing song now.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us wherever we are. Wherever we are. Wherever we are. God is.
Amen. Peace and blessings.